Margaret of Anjou once reportedly allowed her 7-year-old son to decide what should happen to 2 captured enemies. His answer? Their heads should come off. This was not a queen living in gentle times. Born in 1430, Margaret came from formidable women. Her mother, Isabella of Lorraine, fought to defend her family's interests, while her grandmother, Yolande of Aragon, became one of the great political operators of medieval France. At 15, Margaret married Henry VI of England. Henry was deeply religious, disliked warfare, and proved disastrously unsuited to the brutal politics surrounding his throne. Then his mental health collapsed. In 1453, Henry entered a prolonged period of complete withdrawal, reportedly unable even to respond when presented with his newborn son, Edward of Westminster. Margaret realized something terrifying. If she didn't protect her husband's crown, nobody would protect her son's inheritance. Her greatest enemy became Richard, Duke of York, whose claim to the throne threatened everything. England descended into the Wars of the Roses, and Margaret became the driving force of the Lancastrian cause, raising support, negotiating alliances, and refusing to surrender. After the Lancastrian victory at the Second Battle of St. Albans in 1461, 2 Yorkist knights who had been guarding Henry VI were captured. Later chronicles claimed Margaret presented them to young Prince Edward and asked what punishment they deserved. The boy reportedly answered, "Let them have their heads taken off." They were executed. Whether Margaret truly staged the episode exactly as later chroniclers described is debated, but the story helped create her terrifying reputation. Then everything collapsed. Edward IV seized the throne. Margaret fled, returned with armies, and continued fighting. Her son Edward was eventually killed at Tewkesbury in 1471, aged 17. Days later, Henry VI died in the Tower. Margaret had fought for years to preserve a crown for her only child. Now she had neither husband nor son. She was imprisoned, eventually ransomed by the French king, and returned to France. Margaret died there in 1482, impoverished and politically irrelevant. She had once commanded armies and terrified her enemies. But the woman Shakespeare later turned into one of history's great she-wolves, ended her life having lost the 2 people and the crown she had fought everything to save.